We just completed a record-breaking streak of days here in Phoenix where the high temperature was over 110 degrees. Let's talk a little bit more about what life is like here in Phoenix during the summer. In my first video about the summer here in Phoenix, I went on and on about how hot it is, and that's not anything new. Everybody knows that summer in Phoenix is a really hot time of year. I wanted to share a little bit more about what it's been like to live through those 31 days of 110 degrees and higher. It wasn't just 111, 112. We had a lot of 116 to 119 days. I've lived here for 24 years, and 119 has only happened like 2 or 3 times, and it was this month. It was back in 1993, I think, when it was 120 degrees the last time. Usually during the summer you get a bit of relief at night and after the sun goes down. During this stretch, the highs were upper 80s and even the lower 90s. There was one day where the lowest temperature in that morning was 97 degrees, and it was 100 by 8 o'clock in the morning. I know cabin fever is a real thing that people experience in colder climates where you get heavy snow or the temperatures are just so low that you don't want to venture outside. Well, I experienced that for the first time here during this stretch of 110 degree temps and higher, and I found myself content to just be at home, but there were a few times where I needed to get out of the house and go do something. And so we would go to a movie, or we'd go to the mall or someplace like that where we knew it was going to be cold, there was going to be good air conditioning. If you do have to venture out, you learn the value of a shady parking spot. If you're out in the afternoon, and you'll see this quite often where typically people want the parking spot that's closest to wherever they're going. If there's a spot that has some shade that you can take advantage of, but you have to walk another 30 seconds or an extra minute to get where you're going, it's definitely worth it. I'm a little bit of a weather geek, so I started putting a thermometer with me in the car, and it goes up to 125 degrees. And if my car was sitting out in the afternoon in direct sun, it was pegged. Finally broke down and took a meat thermometer out there with me, and it topped out at 129 degrees inside of my car. I've probably lost my mind due to all the heat exposure and all these high temps. I find myself wanting to wear a hooded sweatshirt. With all the ceiling fans going and just being in the AC all the time, I've found myself getting cold, which seems crazy. It's the first time in 24 years that I've experienced this. Now I've gotten in this routine of putting on a hoodie in the morning, as long as I can stand it anyways, and maybe it's wishful thinking and just hoping that it's going to cool off and looking forward to the fall when I can actually wear a hoodie for legit reasons instead of just trying to scratch that mental itch. I talk to people every week that are just like you, that are considering a move here to Phoenix. And if you've got questions or want to learn more about a certain area, reach out. I'd love to hear about your situation and see how I can help.